So there I was. The gauntlet was thrown down, the challenge made. The question, would we win?
Hi, I'm SG, and I love to talk story. You know, sit around with your friends and sharing stories from your life, swapping stories. But the best stories are the stories with a point.
Hi everyone, it's SG again with another story with a point. My first tour in the Army was in Bamberg, Germany. It's a small town north of Nuremberg, and between Nuremberg and Bamberg is an even smaller town, Erlangen. And one of my college friends lived there, so he and I would get together on the weekends and spend some time and go around to see the sights. And well, one of the things that you have to go see when you're in Germany, if you live there, is Oktoberfest. So every year we went to Oktoberfest. And one year we were walking around the fest, and they have like the carnival section, which has Ferris wheels and bumper cars and loud music and a whole bunch of games of chance, carnival type stuff. And then they have the beer drinking tent, and there's a lot of people who drink a lot of beer. I'm not a beer drinker myself, but hey, everybody chooses their own road. So we're walking around looking at the different games and stuff that they have there at the fest, and we happen to be standing in front of the High Striker, which is this game where it has this huge mallet. It's kind of like a sledgehammer, but the head's much, much larger. And you swing it, and there's a pin on the floor, and you hit that pin, and then there's a slide. If you hit it strong enough, hard enough, the pin or this one thing will slide up and ring a bell, and then drop down to the bottom. So the question is like, can you hit the bell 3 times? And while we were sizing up the situation, we're both type A personalities. 2 of his soldiers happened upon us, and as they came over, we started talking with them, and one of them said, "Hey, are you going to do this?" And my friend quickly said, "Yeah, of course we are." And then the other one said, "Well, who's going to go first?" And my friend pointed to me and said, "He is." Well, there it is. The gauntlet had been thrown down, the challenge made, and the question was I going to win? So I stood up on the stage, and I knew that there must be a technique or a trick or something to understand, because otherwise everybody would, hit the bell 3 times. So as I stood there, I realized that really the trick is the fact that the size of the mallet head was so big. So being 12 inches or so in diameter, if you swung it and you hit really hard, but you hit a little bit too far beyond the pin, the vast majority of the energy would be transferred from the head of the mallet to the floor, and not that much would go to the pin. I mean, you had to get that mallet head so that it hit the pin and pushed it all the way down. Well, once I figured that out, it was easy. So I swung 3 times, I rung the bell 3 times. I'm not sure if my friend understood the physics of it, but he's a smart guy, and he hit it 3 times, and he rang the bell 3 times. And then one of his soldiers stood up on stage, and now these guys, they were weightlifters. They were big, they had thick arms, they had broad shoulders. Wouldn't be surprised if they used steroids, but they were pretty beefy. So the guy swings with all of his might, and there's this crashing thud as the hammer hits the floor, but the slide only went about halfway up, and then it dropped back down without ringing the bell. And he was very perplexed. And he looked at it, and really, it was so long ago I don't remember if he hit the bell once or twice, but he didn't hit it 3 times. And his friend stood up there, same exact thing, swung as hard as he could, crashing thud, didn't hit the bell. He hit the bell 1 out of 3 times or 2 out of 3 times. So that's the story. The point of the story is, while there's lots of people who can work really hard, you got to make sure that you work really smart. Because if you understand what the task is and how to achieve that goal, ringing the bell, then it really doesn't matter if you work super, super hard if you don't hit the pin properly. So you got to work smart and you got to work hard. That's the story with the point. Thanks a lot for watching.